nowadays, why would anyone want to remember a list of anything? You just take a picture of the screen and you're done, right? So with all the technology we have these days, it seems as if memorizing has somehow become less important. So why should we then, in today's day and age, still want to get better at memorizing? Well, to answer that question, I'd like to tell you a little story. In high school, I flunked a grade twice. After 7 years of torture, I finally got my diploma. Sweet, sweet freedom. What would I do with it? I didn't know. One thing I did know, however, was that I didn't want to go back to school because that old learning business, it wasn't cut out for me. So instead, I went to sunny California for 9 months. And there, I worked as a bagger. Not beggar, bagger. So in a supermarket, I had to put people's groceries in bags, and then I'd get a little tip. Surprisingly, that year, I learned so much. I learned how to bag a bunch of groceries really, really quickly. I learned how to drive a car. And in California, people are a little bit more open than they are in Amsterdam. So I also learned how to have a little chat with a stranger, just for the hell of it. That year, I discovered that I don't hate learning, just a specific way of doing it. So I decided to go and study psychology. Now, for the first time ever, I was getting information that I absolutely wanted to know. Now, I was spending more time in the library than I spent skipping school as a teenager, voluntarily. The only problem was that I was spending all of my time in the library because I'd never learned how to learn. So I started experimenting with different methods of reading text, of memorizing text. And I got my reading time of 3 hours per chapter down to 1. This way of studying enabled me to do an honors program, to get my degree, and to fall in love with learning. And now, I happily work for a company called Remind, in which we teach people the science and art of learning. We're trying to bring back into education what we ourselves missed. Now, for the past 3 years, we've also organized the Dutch National Memory Championships for high schoolers.